2025 is in less than 2 months. You know what that means. It's time to plan that year, so we are ready to make it the best year yet to come. But before the best year 2025 comes, there are some things we still have to look at, so when 2025 starts, we are ready for everything that comes. And exactly that we will look at in today's video, where I give you an overview about all of the things that you should still do in this year so you can in 2025 then achieve all of your dreams and goals. And in the upcoming weeks I will dive into every topic I talk about today even deeper, so you have a step-to-step plan of how to do it on your own. Step 1, which is to write out the best version of yourself. So basically what that means is you ask yourself some questions and you think as the person as you want to be. So for example, you ask yourself, what habits do I have? And then you think about, okay, what habits do the best version of myself have? And then you write that down. And there's a lot of questions one can ask yourself so that you kind of get a feeling of who do you want to be? And mostly that also can change every year. I already did that last year, and I have to say it changed some things, so it makes sense to do that every year again. So you even see like what do you even want to do, like where is the direction you want to go, what things are important to you, and there are like thousands of questions one can ask, and you can really go deep into it, and you have in the end a script which you wrote down as detailed as possible, and with that you can really work on your goals and your habits that you're gonna create for the new year. So here's some possible questions you can ask yourself. How does she spend her days? What are her habits? What friends does she have? What things she spends money on, how her morning and evening routine looks like. The best thing to do is to gather all of the questions, then you make a note and write them all down, and then you answer them and really take your time with that, because that is kind of like your manuscript for your whole planning for the next year. So it is important that that is as detailed and as fitting to you as it can get. Now you can think about who are you gonna be in 1 year. So how many things from that future best self, which can be whenever you want it to be. So it doesn't have to be your future best self in a year, but just in like 5-10 years when you just achieved everything that you have on the plate right now. But we also have to of course think about the future you in a year, and there you think about how many things I already achieved. You can also write that down and have bullet points like what of the things that you want to achieve in your future self did you already achieve in a year. So and basically of that script we're gonna make your goals, which is step 2. So in these videos I'm not gonna go into details of how to set your goals right, but as a just in general rule, it is to make them as detailed as possible. I'm going to bring the example of writing a book. So imagine someone wants to write a book in the next year, and the goal cannot be to write a book. That is far too unspecific. It has to be, I'm going to write a book in that genre, it's going to have so many pages or so many words. And secondly of all, it should also be something that is in your power. So if you write a book, your goal cannot be, I'm going to write a best-selling book. Because if it's going to be a best-selling book or not is of course a little bit in your head and of how good the message is going to be, but it is not something you can choose if you achieve it or not. You cannot work towards it, because if the book is out, it's out. Basically then you take your goals and make a vision board out of it, which is step 3. Honestly, I'm in love with vision boards, so I do truly believe that one cannot only just have one can also do multiple ones, for example one for a year, but also one for a lifetime. Of course you're gonna focus here now on the year one, because this is the plan to plan 2025. Yeah, and into the vision board you add with pictures kind of all of your goals that you set, so you can like kind of visualize them. And the pictures of course also should look super static, that's also very important. But most important is that the pictures kind of look like they're from your life. So if for example, if a person is on a picture, try to like edit in your picture, or look at least that they have the same hair color or kind of skin color. Because, you know, like if your brain looks at that and it's like, that doesn't look like you, it will never associate it with that could be you. So it really has to be as accurate as possible. Of course there are different ways to do a vision board. There are online vision boards and like vision boards you print out and then kind of like glue together. I do like the printing out more because it's easier to look at them every day. But of course, also online is very cool, so you can experiment and kind of find out what you like. Now with the vision board done, we look at the actionable steps, which is part 4. So in these steps, we're gonna break down our goals. Goals can seem very overwhelming, like, oh my god, like how should I ever do that? You know, which is good. You should set yourself goals which are actually kind of a challenge. You know, it shouldn't be easy. That's not the point here. So yeah, but if you break them down into steps and you're like, okay, if I want to write a book, we say it again, then I have to write every day 10 pages and I will achieve my goal. And with every kind of goal you have, you should do exactly that. Of course, it's always not as easy, but if you never work towards your goal, you're also never going to achieve them. So you really have to break down your steps and say, what can I do every day or every week or every month to achieve that goal? And also this should be as detailed as possible. So as soon as you have that written down, we come to step number 5. And in this step, we plan our perfect day, our perfect week, and our perfect month, we can also do. Which basically, you just kind of, as you would plan a new day or a new week, in a calendar or just somewhere, you make the perfect week so that you, in the end, could achieve all of your goals. It should be something you could actually do, not like, yeah, so I'm just not gonna go to work and just work on my goals. That's not the thing. But you start to plan in the things that you before searched out and start to time block them in, then time block your like work or school in or something like that. And then probably you have like your goal to be out more with friends. So you put that somewhere in. So kind of like you have a day or a week or a month where when you would follow that every day like that, you would achieve your goal in the end of the year with ease. And do not forget to put breaks in as well. We don't want to get a burnout. Good. So, and with that done, we come to the last step, which is something you can do right now. Because why do you have to wait to start with your new goals until the next year starts? Like literally, you can already start now. There is no difference. And if you already start now, you're gonna already have made and build some habits when you start a new year. So it's so much easier to kind of start the year instead when you only start on January the 1st. If you already start now, you can already build up some new habits and some new mind shifts. So if it's January the 1st, it's not new for you anymore. It's already a habit. It's already so much easier to follow along with your new routine. And mostly, now you also still have some time, so you can step by step implement the new things, implement the new day, weeks and months that you planned. So it's not overwhelming because you do everything all together, but you can take, in this week I'm going to implement that goal that I have, then I implement that goal. And in the end of the year, you will already have a whole new week, a whole new day and a whole new month that is just ready to achieve all of your goals at the end of 2025. And that is exactly what we're going for here. In all of the topics I just talked about, I will do a separate video where I really dive into it and I do a step-by-step plan. So it's so easy for you to plan your new future self that you're gonna be at the end of 2025. So if you don't want to miss that, then follow my journey so we together can start 2025 the best way possible. That's a wrap!